Anyway, y'all, what I was saying earlier about being real, I mean, about quitting stuff, no matter what it is. Even if you've been doing it your whole life, as long as you know yourself, you can quit anything. But first, you're going to have to be real because normally we got the tendency to do stuff just because of who else is doing it, you know what I'm saying? Whoever we look up to doing it, a peer or something. But just for being real, just for being real, just for sitting around being real, it's cold in here. I like it cold. Just for being real though, I ain't supposed to though. I ain't supposed to like it cold. But just for being real, I mean, just to adjust to being completely real, it's gonna take so much time just to do that. It might take days, it might take months, it might take years. So you gonna have to learn how to be real before you can even evolve to quitting whatever problem you got. Cause you had your chances to quit, but you keep going backwards. So what you trying to do? For me, when it came down to quitting stuff, especially the kind of things I quit now that's kind of irrelevant for man to quit. I my issue used to be to find what reason am I quitting for. At that time, I had already filtered out so much of my life and filtered out so much detox internally and externally. Uh, I could feel the spiritual gifts activating inside of me once I completely let go of whatever issue I was trying to let go of. But um, if once you figure out how to be real and authentic, that's gonna come normal. Like you gonna quit stuff automatically. Like when I was trying to quit stuff before I learned how to be real, before I taught myself how to be actually real with myself, before God taught me how to be real with myself, I was quitting stuff, but it didn't feel just like I would quit stuff, can't be tempted by it, can't be around it, and I would push people away that was on it or that was doing it. And before I realized I was alone again, I was like, this ain't gonna work because everybody got a flaw, everybody got a vice. So that didn't work. And then I quit stuff, you know, because of what people said. People might say, and that's just programs. People would be like, oh, like cigarette, let's use cigarette. You smoke cigarette. Okay, if I didn't smoke cigarette, I smoke weed. You smoke weed. You know, it's just like they're programmed to say that. And they might smoke cigarette. The hell, they might do everything. They might not do nothing, you know. But they got a problem, but, you know, it's probably one of those problems that man don't feel like is a problem, you know. So their problem might be sex, but they don't do nothing else. Like I used to have a friend, like I said, we used to run errands together back in the streets. And I liked it doing it with him because he won't say nothing, he won't lie. That's how clean he was. He wouldn't do no drugs, he wouldn't drink. But he had a sex problem though. He'll sleep with your mama, your sister, your grandma, your cousin, auntie. He'll sleep with anything got something like that. They got that thing between their legs. He'll jump in it, boy. He just can't. His lip will drop. He'll do this. And it's just like that dude on Crow Zero. When he see a woman, he just go crazy, start convulsing and shit. Sleep with anything, jump on you, bro. He'll jump on your girl, bro. Women, sleep with women when it comes to women, any woman. You know, he one way too. Where he was last time I talked to him, I don't know what he got going on now. But he'll sleep with your woman, everybody woman, no matter what it is. And then he'll look at you like, you don't do it? If you confront him about it, because he tough too. Cause he used to be, we used to need him back in the day for something. He tough. But anyway, if you go up to him, and he said, "Man, what you see my woman for? What's wrong with you? What you asking me a question like that for? Of course I slept with your woman. Why wouldn't I sleep with the girl? That's what you supposed to do, eh? It's like he really ain't. It's like something gone right there. It's like it's a neuron, a nerve is gone right there. But anyway, I had more fun back in the day moving a certain way than I do. I mean, I'm learning more now, but life was funner back then. It was almost like the '80s for me. Whatever y'all said the '80s was, I was a baby then, but the '90s was like the '80s for me. But anyway, yeah, you gotta be real. Some of y'all, everybody, then you talk too much. A lot of people, even quiet people, talk too much. But you probably talk about something that you shouldn't be talking about. Or what I mean by that. And then so, when you talking about something you shouldn't be talking about, you bringing that in, you calling that energy in. So you manifesting it. And I know that for a fact because when I try to go around people and change the discussion into a positive, more direct conversation to something that's more relevant, then they gon' act like I talk too much. They don't want to hear because they done got all horny talking to each other and nasty to each other and stuff. And like I said, you could get 12 people around you. You got 12 men with 12 girls. And they'll come around you today. And 3 months later, them same people come around you with different girls on their own. Like they'll swap them out till they tired of each other, bro. I seen that go on for years. And it's like they don't even notice that shit. You with her now? Damn, man, you was just with her. You with her now? Damn, you was just with her. Yeah, you talking about that? Man, shut up, man. Everybody talk to her, obviously. After a while of this, I got used to being alone. I felt like, well, when I learned about what I'm telling y'all now about real and healing, and I realized the effect food, certain food make you think a certain way. They got this book, man. I can't remember the name of it. It was a great book. I think it's in my other books outside in the building. But I read all them books. It's a whole bunch of books. I just don't feel like dragging that bag. Now I read all those books, but it's a book about how every food affects your brain, and it's real, bro. It's deep as hell. It's real, and that's what they play on. Like that's what when I started reconstruction in life, and I realized, wait a minute, this is a program, this is a game, and it was like Satan been playing the whole time. God been playing. It's like that. It's like God on one side and Satan on the other side of the chess play, and it's meant to be that way. And what happened was like, uh, Satan can affect every DNA inside you that God put inside of you. And when I started looking at it like that, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I realized you take food away, you act different. You probably can breathe better. Your asthma get better. And then I realized food was having more of a dramatic effect on me when it come down to putting the wrong nutrients in my body or not enough nutrients in my body. So it's like the food led me to nutrients. And then I realized too much alkaline water. All right, now once I got the food and the water perfected into myself, I realized, and then I had stopped the drug. This is when I was on like 20 years, when I was on 10, 15 years, didn't do nothing. So now I'm like, okay, if I could stop food and feel this good, it was very faint, but I knew something was all different about me that was good. So I was like, well, maybe I need to quit drinking. So that's what I did. I stopped drinking. I was like, well, and that made me feel real good. It was like the alcohol was drying me out. The alcohol was just drying me out. And so said it's gonna be some violent time part of the test. What y'all say? Violence, required violence, a part of. So I don't know. It's good because we used to that. Anyway, uh, anyway, bring it on. You know, it'd be something different. That's why I said jail. Then, but I like the jail. I had somebody to talk to. But anyway, um, so okay, okay, water. When I got to that, I was like, well, let me quit drinking. All right, well, let me quit these pills. 'Cause I don't know what kind of pill. That took me a long time. I had a hard time getting off of it. So I went on here and skipped trying to quit the pill. Went on quit cigarettes, quit smoking tobacco. I quit smoking tobacco. So I quit drinking, quit smoking tobacco, and started eating right. Now I'm feeling rejuvenated. All right, let me get these down. Now I can feel what these pills are doing to me. Literally, not just the good feeling that we take them for, but I actually feel the bad that it's doing to me. So I'm like, let me hurry up and cut these out, which took some strenuous. I don't even want to get into that. So, so I got off the pill and I hit ground, but I was still stuck on one pill, and it was that Adderall pill. But I wasn't doing them like that though, and I was buying them from my family member, which was setting me up for this crap. So, and I was only get them when I was off work for a minute or whatever. I had vacation or whatever. But eventually I set aside them bitches and I started doing them too. So by the time I got to this part, it was then I started realizing my ex-wife was slipping on me. Just like that. I just knew by the sex and by the atmosphere of us that she was slipping on me. So I just stopped dealing with her like that. And we mostly started having verbal argument until we finally separated. But the love wasn't no longer there. It wasn't ever there. She been doing that. But I realized, like, when that doctor pulled me to the side, I was still getting sick somehow. She was dressing the food, making the food. And she probably working for my pa. Hell, he probably secretly with her. But he going somewhere spending time with somebody. And nigga ain't going to work because he stayed. And like he always broke. He's something wrong with him, though. It's something wrong with him, like, from the others. Like, he built different. He a historical. He one of the ones God want to save, but he just programmed something off about him. It's an angel on the other side, a powerful angel. It's people observing him and studying him, trying to figure out what's wrong with him. But this is the last time to go to hell. He go to hell, this time he got to stay there. He be the one main one gnashing until he crying, hollering, get out of hell. And he about to go right back. But anyway, so I figured I got through that. Once I got through that and me and her separated, and I was pretty much getting ready to come in this situation. But before then, way before all that, like I said, let's go back to the 10, 15 years when I had did it before I even had her. I just started realizing that when you sleep with somebody, it could just be a fling, bro. And I realized you gotta it take 5 years to filter their energy out. So when I get to this point, now this is when I was younger. When I got to this point, I was probably around 28 years old, 24, 28. I was ready to get out of some shit because I was in a lot of gang violence shit. I wasn't in gangs, but I was in the midst of orchestrating and taking shit apart, blueprint and shit, basically trying to get shit back right. That was throwed off, I guess you could say. Helping individuals, basically. Try to help they situation, whatever. I don't know what the hell I had going on. Y'all too high. And I was too high up at the time in my own mind. Not high like drugs. I was just too high up. But anyway, so I started cleansing myself out, and I realized I need to get rid of the drama. The drama was, that's what it was. The drama was there, and the drama was there because of the music. But my music was my business, and it was in the yard. So I'm trying to figure out how can I balance this, how can I get rid of this drama and gain peace in this situation. So I had to cut ties with everybody. And it came to that point where I was like, because it was like I got to the point where my DNA, everything started cleansing out. And I started getting good karma again. I ain't never had good karma in my life, so I knew good karma. But then by that time, something started going wrong. Then with my melanin and shit, my family started stealing shit probably back then. And with my ex-wife help, or whoever I was dating help. So I need to fix that, but I had this damn street drama that was going on that I need to focus on, and I need to utilize the studio to focus on it, because the studio was actually helpful, because I was no longer part of the street violence, I was no longer part of the drugs, I was no longer part of anything that had anything to do with the street, but I still needed ears to the streets because my brother done been murdered, and I lost my eyes in the back of my head, and I needed to know what was going on. I needed to know where the drama was accumulating from. So the studio was good. So when I basically dropped ties with everybody, I lost a lot of friends, I lost a lot of help, I lost a lot of money, I lost a lot of opportunity and everything. It was shit I just had to drop, bro, because I could feel the negative energy that's coming to force in their energy, that force of nature that was naturally in their energy. It wasn't of my energy, it was in their energy, but since I was tied to their energy, that was getting that. So, so what I did was, I utilized most people would be like, get rid of the studio, get rid of the studio. I ain't never, once I had filtered all this out, I got to the point where I didn't listen to people no more. I just didn't understand what God was. At this point, I still thought God was external. So I was really still too busy blaming God than actually listening to my inner self. So I don't know how I made it through that. It was just reckless movements, reckless. It was just like, I would just, when it's like that, God's voice is real still and you could barely hear it. And maybe sometimes I heard the voice and I did right, you know, very rare though. Otherwise, I went out the hard way. So anyway, I used the studio and started realizing, damn, there's people close to me doing this. But by that time, I had to sit in suspense mode for about 2 or 3 years, 5 years, man, because I didn't know how to deal with that, because I was in a situation where my exes, whatever girl I was dealing with, everybody had already put me in this triangle. They already put me in this triangle. I already knew that. I knew that a few years ago. But I didn't think they had a heart to talk. These people are grown and been torturing kids their whole life. Or tortured me their whole life. If you did it to me, you've been doing it. And then I thought about like I said, when I filtered this out, this real out, when I filtered, this is when real started filling out in me. Cause then it got to the point, like when I got to that point, I had to stay stagnated for 2 or 3 years. I realized the answer was simple as day. I just didn't want to answer it. I had to face up to them. I had to let people know, whether they let me go or not. I had to let everybody know I know what you're doing to me. And that right there was gonna cut off the little tide that I had of any kind of hope. But it was something I needed to do. And it trapped me though. That's why I wouldn't advise it, because there's probably another way I could have addressed it that. But it trapped me. But it didn't trap me because this is my purpose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't even give you an answer after this till this book finished. Like this is zoo. This finna end though. That was one good news I got last night. They said they finna end this. They said they finna get rid of it. And I guess the government know what I'm talking about when I say it. They said they finna get rid of it. Just all this finna go away. Thank God. What they said the strategic uh is basically saying the structure of how confusing the structure of this inherited situation and the structure playing forward was just overwhelming for anybody to even think about trying to do. And they talking about they finna get rid of it. It's finna go. God ended it last night. Right now we just waiting on it to spin. It's ended. The spiritual side done ended it. So it's only a matter of time for it manifesting the physical. So this all finna be over. All that good time y'all watching people and torture people, I'm finna be out of here. They asked me, they didn't really ask me, I told them. I felt like they were leading in that. Like I said, I can use my phone, but I'm catching the information for my phone. I'm just looking at the phone to verify it. So I'm learning as I deal with my phone. It's teaching me like, so I was right, good. Something like that. So anyway, so I told them, I'm gonna tell you what I'm finna do. Y'all finna cut me any kind of check. I'm finna go rent me a penthouse. I'm finna go rent me a woman for 3 days just to talk to. The baddest woman money can buy, just to talk to. I'm gonna rent the baddest woman money can buy, even if no matter, you know what I'm saying, how much she costs. And I said, I'm gonna get me a penthouse. I'm gonna go to a jazz club, and I'm gonna get me an app. I'm gonna fly to Times Square, the Zara, get me some new Zara clothes, and then I'm gonna go back to my penthouse and eat me the food of my choice, and go to a jazz club and chill to myself with whoever this is. Whoever this is right here just talking for 3 days. I'm gonna pay for her for a whole 3 days a night. Or I'm saying, I'm just gonna talk to her though, chill with her. Now y'all can have the cameras around. I might even let a video for real, cause I ain't finna do nothing with her. We gonna be just talking and tripping. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna do. I said then I probably go to Guitar Center, cause I got a studio plan that I ain't told nobody. My studio like my guitar. Y'all couldn't figure it out if them two things y'all want the information to. You'll never get it. I'll never get to y'all, cause you ain't gave me nothing yet. I done did all this for y'all. Y'all ain't gave me one penny. You still over there trying to take all my energy like witches and warlocks. You can't take my energy, cause bro, y'all embarrassing yourselves trying to do that. But anyway, you doing a good job in the physical, but the spiritual looking at you like, oh, we finna tear your ass up. There's people waiting on y'all, bro. It ain't just my family. It's a lot of people the other side waiting on. They finna tear y'all ass up, bro. Cause y'all was confused relics. And it really ain't nobody at this point. I can't say they waiting on y'all, but they want y'all to make sure once you figured it out, you get it right, and you get it right on your own instead of looking for somebody to get you right. Cause they confused relics. Somebody got the relics backwards. And y'all been attacking the wrong person, basically. So God gotta fix that. So I couldn't leave anyway until whoever stole my identity died. They dying, you know, they sick, bony, skinny. They real skinny or something. They getting bad sick or something. They dying. And it's gonna have to go back to me. Or it's gonna do the next person like that, next person like that. Everybody gonna die who do it, cause that's cursed money. Until they get back in the right hand, it's blood and cursed money. It ain't no good to nobody. I don't even want it, but my grandparents said you gonna give it up. I can care less, but I would have settled to change my name and go back to work, start over. Cause in 5 years, I'd have been done built me a house, going through all this. Cause most of y'all, everybody wasting their time in the sex round. This is the best time while everybody in the sex round, the economy is down right now. I'm sure of. I don't even know that. I ain't checked that. But with everybody being in the sex round, this is the best time to go out and buy everything you want. So I'm gonna buy me. I'm gonna go to Guitar Center and look for all this stuff that I need to build my new studio with. And then I was gonna call that a day. See how busy that was one day. Airplane ticket to Times Square, that's an hour and a half flight. I'm gonna stay up there for about 4 hours and get all the clothes I want. And I'm coming back to the penthouse. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be about nighttime then. I'm gonna put my clothes on in the penthouse, go to the go to a jazz club, you know, check out a jazz club, and then I got this shawty I done rented out for 3 days and 3 nights, most expensive band shawty in the world. 3 days and 3 nights. Yeah, shit, that's a day for me. I'm fun. Y'all talking about fun. Y'all laying on y'all back. Y'all doing laying on y'all back. Anybody can do that. It don't matter where you sleeping at. It don't matter how you have sex with somebody. You still someone laying on your back. I don't do that. I don't do that, and I'm a active. Uh, uh, when I have sex, I'm very active. I put work in. You know what I'm saying? I put work in. So I could be building my studio and having sex. I'm different, bro. I know I'm different. So I ain't worried about it. I know I'm different. I ain't worried about it. I read a book having sex. Oh. I gotta keep my mind busy anyway. But anyway, that's good. Instead of you having to go get Viagra and stuff, it's very good. Instead of buying Viagra, and it's better. It might not have nothing to do with sex. But anyway, so I told God on that. I said, you can keep all the other ones that's acting crazy as hell over there with the baby brains. I mean, we could use them to get out of this situation. I got business with them because they tools too as well. I probably just gotta let them know something or something. Once we get together, that's the beautiful thing about soulmates and twin flame. When they finally get together, when they finally get together, it's something that ignites. That's when three or more. That's when God is in the midst for real, for real. It's something that ignites, and it's like the energy. It's like you go from baby brain to big brain for a while. So that's the beautiful part about it. Problem is when people finally do it, you can't get rid of them. But if you feel like you need to get rid of them, like me, I'm an introvert. But anyway, y'all. So being real, that's how long of a process it was for me. I was young, though. I ain't had no parent to teach me no better. I had to hit and miss. I had to go out the hard way. But it was like when I finally figured out how to be real and authentic with myself, which was through God. God taught really through trials and tribulations. As you can hear, trials and tribulations taught me how to be real, which was God. And what happened was I've been skipping all that. So it was like I skip all that to go up here. Whether I hit a lick in the streets, somehow in the dope game, somehow I offer somebody. I'm skipping all them trials and tribulations. But I can't get through this damn door, this elevation right here for some reason. And I keep trying till something just make me lose everything I just gained to get in that door. And it's like I zip back. And then I finally realized I need to just go through this shit right here and get this over with. And I started going through them trials and tribulations. I was cleaning up. I was cleaning cats out my studio, cleaning cats out my energy, getting rid of women, getting rid of this, getting rid of that, getting rid of dope, bad money, getting rid of all kinds of changing illegal money for legal money. I was doing all that shit. Finally got to this damn door, and then my Aunt White locked me down. I said, "Good God Almighty!" And then finally, God told me somebody in the family been following me my whole life and torturing me, trying to destiny swap with me. So they working on her ass. So I know who she is, y'all. I ain't gotta look at Tara. I just like to look at it because y'all be interested to look at it. But once I seen everybody was swapping my energy, I just fell back. Cause I already know my ancestors ain't gonna play that. And I ain't playing it neither. At first I thought you was doing the help, but then I said y'all was really trying to destiny swap my motherfucker. And I said, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Confused relics. That's what you are. I think relics is basically conduits. And you attacking me, and it was like I tapped you on the shoulder to help me, not attack me. But ain't no hard feelings, nothing you can. It's like it's in it. It's like confused relics. It's like it ain't even y'all fault. It's like y'all just confused. I can't swap with her. I'm too. You, now that I know who I am, I'm just too much of a person to swap with. And can't nobody swap with me. I can't swap with Satan. Nobody. Can't nobody swap with me. I couldn't swap with nobody if I wanted to. What I'm trying to say. I can't descend like that if I wanted to. Y'all should have just came and got these babies when guys okayed it. Cause for a guy to even okay something like that is very rare. So you really should have just came to me first, got your baby from me, and just left. Cause I wasn't gonna fall in love with you anyway. I ain't never been that kind of person. I work for God. You should have just, like I said, I'm before the Bible. So it's things I gotta do that's kind of against the Bible. So if you would have just came to me and got your baby dark side, you could have left. You know what I'm saying? And then the light side could have came and got their baby. You could have left as well if you had to. It just been like that. Been over. And it'd have been just. It'd have been good because we are flames and twins and soulmates with a purpose in life. We got together for a purpose. So it's kind of like at this point, the Bible is just an extension of yourself to help you out in the world. When twins and twin flames and soulmates come together, it ain't got nothing to do with it ain't got nothing to do with being on guard with one another and all that. Your information gonna automatically come to you because you united with each other, and not with them fakes and all that fake stuff y'all doing out there. This shit real. I'm talking about. And you know that's why it's rare for them to come together. That's why it's one of the major plays in the game to get with a soulmate or a twin flame. That's why it destroyed mine, because to find a soulmate would be easier to find a twin flame for me and a twin flame to come together, and then you sacrifice them. That stopped everything. We got to go ahead and reconstruct this thing. Then we got to take this girl apart because she did too much. Yep, that's how that worked, y'all. So I couldn't leave now anyway. It's almost done now. I told you guys that God already told me this is ended, that's ended, finally finished. And when, them the words I'm hearing now. This end, that's ended, finally finished. That's good. That's good for me. I done been through this before. I keep telling y'all, it just ain't been, this is the longest one I've been through. The longest one I've been through before this for 2 years. And I had to watch it play out. I had to sit in one spot and watch all of it play out. And it's doing the same thing now. And I didn't have all the gadgets to ensure nothing. I just could feel it and see it. The energy will shift slowly around me. And I just knew it when it was telling. When the energy shift completely to a certain degree, like a 180 type certain degree, that's letting me know doors open, I can leave. But yeah, so that's the lecture for being real for me. That's what it took. It shouldn't have took that long, but it did because I didn't have no parenting or nothing. Not only did not have no parenting, my parents were paid to do the opposite of what parents are supposed to do to their child. So I didn't have a chance. You know, I forgive them. This all part of the game. It's just a program. Don't mind, don't bother. But I'm just glad. I thank God I learned my lesson, I grew and I evolved in it, and I got stronger in my faith with God in it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the lover situation, I feel God's pain more than anything because we soulmates and flames between. We didn't even come together. So I feel when he hurt by that I felt like that hurt him, so it hurt me. But otherwise, yeah, as you can see, my lifestyle made me prepared for that easy. So that wasn't a problem either. But real, like I said, I got through the real. By this time, I figured out how to be real. Like any job I go to, I let my supervisor know without disrespect, without in a disrespectful way, what's going on, how it's gonna go down, and what I'm gonna be able to do and what I can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? And they was just elevating me in the business world because of my attitude changed. It was no longer, it's like the wealthy people can sense I had no more of that ratchet behavior inside of me, even buried deep inside of me, to sneak around and do stuff to people, to get around you and rob you. It's like they tested me and I passed the test. It's like them damn wealthy people can sense shit that we think they can't sense, bro. Believe me. And it's like it was like grimy shit that was inside of me, and definitely in y'all, definitely to the fullest. Because as you can see, I had to filter this out of me, and I had to face all of my. Once I finally got real, and God got me real, I had to face all my demons eye to eye. And like Jesus, when I always tell people when Satan came up to Jesus when he was on that mountain, it wasn't just about food. That was just like a parable. It was like he was tested. Jesus had to go. Jesus was a physician that was here to heal the sick. So Jesus had to constantly go through the jungle, constantly go through the wilderness, constantly go to the bypass to save people. So he's constantly getting attacked by Satan. And he was telling us, the Bible just summed it up that he would always say, "Away from me, Satan." Couldn't nothing drop Jesus. You couldn't come down in no helicopter and get Jesus, take him up in the air. Not the wrong way.